Did you know that one of the most misunderstood aspects of tennis is footwork? Yes, it's true. Most players don't understand how to move around the court, and today I want to give you a powerful footwork tip that's going to help you move to your forehand in a more efficient way and to really understand movement at a higher level. My name is Jeff Salzenstein. I'm the founder of Tennis Evolution. Eager, excited, passionate about helping you accelerate your results, become a better tennis player, and do it in an easier way. And today we're going to focus on the forehand, specifically footwork. And we're going to talk about how you can move coming from the middle of the court, some of the options that you have out there to develop better rhythm. And if there's one takeaway that I want you to have from this lesson, is that developing rhythm is the name of the game. It's not just about moving randomly around the court. It's about establishing rhythm with your feet. And so what I want to show you today are some things that the pros are doing that you can start to do and at least become more aware of. You could actually shoot some video of yourself moving, playing a match, okay, playing match play, playing a set, moving around the court. And once you watch this lesson, you'll have a deeper understanding if you're moving efficiently around the court. So on the forehand side, if you're in the middle of the court, let's assume today, for the sake of ease, we can make another video, that if the ball's in your strike zone, this is what you're gonna focus on. So let's say that you're just off center, maybe you've hit a cross-court shot. Maybe you're even in the middle a little bit, doesn't matter. But I'm gonna set up right here, okay? Now, if the ball comes at you or just a little bit to the side, to your forehand side, so you're not moving this way to run around a backhand, you're moving this way, okay? When you come out of your split, if the ball is right in here, you can simply do a 1-2 move. And the 1-2 move is you just step out and you step in, okay? Watch this again. I come out of my split, I step out, and I step in. You'll see the pros do this when they warm up. They'll just pivot this foot right here. They make their first move right here, so they just step out and they step in. Now, why is this important? Well, for one, when I watch players that don't do this, a lot of times their first move is just to step across. Then the hips get blocked. So I'll move this over here a little bit. So what happens is if you just step across, now you're using more of your arm and your hips are blocked. Now there is a way around that. I'll quickly show you. When you step across like this, if you understand how to square up afterwards, you can get out of that jam. But most players don't know how to do that. So they're stepping across and swinging like this with their first move. By stepping out first, okay, stepping out and then stepping in, notice how my feet are aligned now. I step out and I step in, but now this foot has not crossed over. I'm not in a closed stance. It has not crossed over this line. So I step out and then I step forward, and now I'm in what's called more of a neutral stance. All because of that first pivot move here. What that also does is it helps you to track the ball, because when you step out, look at my hips, they're not turned yet. So that when I go to step in, my hips are not completely sideways here either. When I go to make contact. This is very different than just stepping across like this. My hips are blocked. So see if when the ball just comes right here, okay? Ball comes right here, you can just step out, and this is when you make your first move. Step out and step in. 1, 2, you can even count it. But see if you can get a ball machine or someone to toss you balls where you can just practice. Step out, step in. This is what the pros are doing. Step out, step in. It is not step across, okay? It's a huge tip for you to understand. Now, let's say the ball's a little bit further away from you. You still don't want to step across and reach. I see players doing this. We don't want to do that, all right? Now, you can make this move where when you come out of the split, you can step out a little bit without pivoting. So you just step out and you shuffle and then you step. Watch this again. I'll move a little more to the middle. Step out, shuffle, step in. Now notice my shuffle is small. It's not a big shuffle. I'm not going to step out make a big shuffle and get out here. Not going to do that on the forehand side. If you're loving this footwork lesson and you want to start moving better on the court, the Baseline Footwork Secrets is for you. You're going to love this powerful course, and all you have to do to get the Baseline Footwork Secrets is click the link below to get started. Small step out, small shuffle. It's just a little move right here to gather myself, to find that rhythm. Instead of just stepping across, I'm going to do the little step out, the little shuffle, and move. And you can even see this foot almost comes back before I go forward. You can also do it where you shuffle. It's actually awkward. I'll take that back. If you go forward with your shuffle, it's awkward. You can go step out this way and shuffle, but that's awkward as well. So the big takeaway I want you to have is that you're going to step out and do a little shuffle, and this foot actually can go back a little bit, right? It can go back before you go forward, just a little bit. It's just going to feel awkward again. Like I said, if you come like this to hit the ball, it's a little bit awkward. Now, what's interesting is that on the backhand side, this is very natural to make a big shuffle and get out here. But the forehand side, you only want to make this shuffle move when the ball is a few feet away from you. It's just a way for you not to get crossed up with this move right here. So essentially, we start with this step out, the 1 and the 2. Now all we're doing is adding a shuffle just to get another 6 inches to foot out wide without getting crossed up in the hips, okay? So those are very related footwork patterns, and I'm guessing that many of you, you might not be using these footwork patterns. Now, how often are you going to be using this? Not that often. I mean, how often does the ball come right here in your strike zone? A lot of times the ball is going to come high, the ball is going to come low. You might have to move towards your backhand and get around it to hit a forehand. So this is not a common footwork pattern, and the reason I'm bringing all this up today is the more common one is going to be when you're warming up and you just step out and you step in, or when the ball comes, you add a little bit of a shuffle. Now, when you start playing points, you might not notice that as much, but when you're warming up, you can actually start to work on your rhythm, okay? Your step out, your shuffle, you're keeping your hips and your eyes tracking the ball in your hand. This is a great way to look at the rhythm I'm developing. Boom, boom, right? Bum, bum. It's great. The backhand side, like I said, if the ball's wider, you can still really have a big shuffle to get out, but you don't do that on the forehand. When the ball comes wider on the forehand, that's when you're going to cross over, and that's where it's different than the backhand. You're going to work on, when the ball's wider, coming out of the split, crossing over and loading, and then you'll hit an open stance. So what we're really talking about here is in this part of the court, you keep your neutral stance and you use this little step out move. 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, and the 2 there was the shuffle. As soon as you start getting, probably I'd say from here out, all right, so from the middle of this court out, that's when you start to cross over and hit open stance. It's pretty awkward to hit open stance in this part of the court when you're kind of in tight. This is where I like getting on the front foot. I see a lot of players still trying to hit open stance, pulling off the ball. Now you can go open stance as soon as the ball gets up on the shoulder. You can go open stance here all day long. I'm talking about the balls that are in your strike zone here. You want to try to keep that rhythm, keep that little step out move, that little shuffle move. It's in this, a lot of players are missing forehands when the ball is in here. They're fine with their forehands out here. They're good. It's when they get jammed in here, and that's because the footwork right here is not efficient. See that little move? See my hips? My hips face the net longer. I'm still making my first move, but my hips face longer. I find that as soon as someone crosses over like this, end of story. Trouble in China. It's going to be a big trouble for you. Trouble in China, trouble in the US, trouble in France. It doesn't matter. It's universal. Step across right here and hit the ball, trouble. Remember I said at the beginning of the lesson, step across, you find yourself here, square up. You gotta rotate around. You gotta bring this leg around. That's the only way out, the bailout game. But you don't want to be in that position much. You want to be right here, shuffling when the ball's in tight, and you do a little shuffle this way to get around the ball, a little shuffle this way to get around the ball, and you get on your front foot. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave us a comment or question below, give us a thumbs up, and make sure that you click the link below or somewhere in this video to get access to more footwork videos, strategy videos, forehand, backhand serve, injury prevention, mindset. No credit card required to get access to the Tennis Evolution app. It's like having a coach in your pocket. Get on the court with this app. Watch the videos inside our online platform as well. This is going to help you accelerate your results. This is next level stuff. I want you to understand the game of tennis and understand what the pros are doing so that you can do it yourself. We'll see you at the next lesson. Thanks for your time today.